What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. This is a Sunday sports edition. We're gonna do like some NFL playoffs, like the countdown and everything. What's going on with the playoffs and predictions for the upcoming games. We're gonna talk about first. We're gonna start out with what happened yesterday with the who played first? Cleveland played first yesterday. Cleveland played
Cleveland, Texas.
And Texas. Man, now the way that game started out, I thought it was gonna be like a heavyweight fight going back and forth. But it didn't end up like that.
No. Houston came with the defense, man. They came with the defense.
Some momentum.
Yes.
And then once they that defense caught that momentum, man, and Joe Flacco made a couple mistakes.
Hey, you gotta remember though, Cleveland was playing on borrowed time. Though.
Yeah.
So sooner or later, it was gonna catch up to Cleveland.
Yeah, you think they was playing on borrowed time though? Yeah. Because only position that you could say that they was like
lacking was quarterback.
Their defense.
They was lacking their running back.
Right, because that's why they was forcing to throw and they were throwing the ball a lot yesterday too. Right. I agree with that. They ain't have a running game.
Yeah, it's you playing on borrowed time.
They put Flacco on a lot of pressure to throw the ball.
Yeah, and then once you know that Flacco had to throw the ball.
One-dimensional.
Yeah, they become one-dimensional. Then Flacco made a couple big mistakes.
And they ate him alive.
That cost them 14 points right there.
2 pick sixes.
Yeah, 2 pick sixes.
Yeah.
That cost them 14 points.
And he still had to continue to throw the ball. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I agree with man. They was on borrowed time. So,
it made for a good story, though.
It definitely did.
It was a great story for the NFL. People was rooting for him because of Flacco and what he has achieved since he got off the couch.
Yeah.
But when you get to that second season in the NFL, which is playoffs and everything else, usually the better teams usually wins.
Yeah.
When you get to the second season.
So you think the Texans are a better team overall?
Texas.
Offensively, defensively, and at quarterback.
Not defensive. Cleveland had a better defense.
Yeah, Cleveland had a better defense.
When you throw 2 pick six,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to come back from that.
Because now you got to throw the ball. Yeah. You got to throw the ball a lot to come back from that. And now they sit back and putting 8-9 people in the secondary.
Yeah.
You're right. It's just you can't come back from stuff like that.
Once you give that other team 14 points like that.
Now, if it was 10-7 or 10-0, and they still had the opportunity to say, all right, I'm going to run the ball on first and second down, it'd have been a different game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they got behind too far, too fast, and the better team won.
Man, I was pulling for Joe Flacco, though, man. I didn't want to see him go out like that. But
I'm pulling for Joe, too. I mean, he has a real good story for the NFL.
Yeah. What about now? What y'all think about the quarterback for the Texans?
CJ Stroud.
Rookie of the year. Rookie, he's gonna get rookie of the year.
Yeah. CJ Stroud. Y'all think he legit though?
I think he's legit. But the problem's gonna be now he's playing teams that have defense.
Right.
He's playing teams that have secondary that's mean. You just because you beat Cleveland,
right?
Now you got the possibility of going to KC.
Yeah,
that's not going to be easy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's going to get tougher for the young man, but I'm glad to see him there.
Yeah, see the Stroud. What you think, man? You think he legit though?
Yeah, I mean, from what I seen, if he's got to stay poised in the pocket and he's got to make good decisions and don't, put his team in harm's way. He should be all right, but the road now is gonna get a lot more tougher now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he has to definitely play a more mature game. Like he can't put his team in harm's way because, like he said with the Joe Flacco situation, once you dig a hole for yourself, it's kind of hard to get up out of.
Yeah, because then that defense just pinned their ears back and they just start.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of teams
off.
They start going at you and jumping on different routes and stuff like that.
Because they know you're not running the ball.
Exactly.
They know you're not trying to run the clock out. Yeah. So they sitting back. They're just gonna sit back, like you said, and just tee off on them.
One-dimensional.
Yeah. So all right. So that game ended up being 45-14. Houston won. And then, man, I kind of surprised by the Miami Kansas City game. I thought that was gonna be closer.
Nope.
With That
Let me
daggone.
tell you, me being a Miami fan, injuries killed us.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks,
Mm.
we done had all-star injuries. And first of all, Dolphins don't play good in cold weather, regardless who's playing.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter who's playing in the Dolphins. For some reason, they don't play good in the cold.
But you thought they had a possibility with the Ravens, though, didn't you?
What if we'd have had our players? Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't have our players. So
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
No,
I mean, just like
So
somebody.
everybody got to be faced with the injury thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Everybody in the
that's what I'm
National
saying.
Football League got to manage the injury
He
thing.
was injured.
Oh, we give it excuses. Huh?
No, hey,
Okay.
didn't you get an excuse for y'all last year?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
my
okay.
quarterback.
Yeah,
Listen, I lost the quarterback.
There you go.
All right, I lost the
So we
quarterback.
lost our number one wide receiver. We
Okay.
lost our number one running back.
Next man
our
up.
number one defensive back. And
Next
our number
man
one
up.
linebacker.
Next
I
man
mean,
up.
so I mean, hey, if you can call it for the Ravens last year,
Yeah.
I can call it for the Dolphins. this year.
Hey, listen, like I said, I said every team in the National Football League got to deal with the injury thing.
You're right.
I ain't making excuses for that.
You made an excuse about why the Ravens ain't going away last year, though.
I'm just saying, I answered your question. I just answered your question. A key piece to us not going is what? We lost our starting quarterback 2 years in a row.
Key piece for us not going. We lost our starting running back. We lost our starting wide receiver. We lost our starting linebacker. We lost our starting defense. D-back.
Okay.
But now, you was at that Baltimore-Miami game, right?
Yes, I was at that
What-
Baltimore.
How did in person, like up close in person?
Yo, dude, we was there.
How those Ravens
Yo,
up first
listen,
and close?
let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna tell the true Raven fan about the true Ravens. Okay,
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you. All right, the Ravens are a beatable team. So if you go and catch this hype that the Ravens can't be beat,
No, nobody's saying that.
no.
Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them
Some
talk.
people
Let them
are.
talk.
Okay, the Ravens take advantage of mistakes,
Mhm.
and that's what they should do. Okay,
Right, right.
but if you go into the game like we're unstoppable, we're unbeatable, that's when you're going to get disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, because let's not forget the last time your boy Lamar won an MVP, they got put out in the first playoff game. You in the
I was
same
at the
position,
game. Yeah.
home field advantage. Lamar about to win MVP, the same position. Okay, so let's not forget what history is for. So what you guys do, you went out and you got Mr. Cook, which is a great pickup,
Yeah.
which I think is going to put you over the hump because now you don't have to necessarily run north and south anymore. Now you can do sweeps, you can do tosses now because you got somebody that's able to open that up.
And and I think it's all about not having to Lamar to do everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like,
Do what he needed to do.
well,
Right. Yeah.
because one dimensional, just like Cleveland was one dimensional
Right.
yesterday.
Right.
I don't think Baltimore is one dimensional.
We
that's
never
what
was. No.
That's what make Baltimore different than like a lot of teams in this playoff because we are not one dimensional. We got the running game, we got some solid receivers,
Mhm.
you know, and Lamar doing his thing at quarterback.
Not
think-
turning the ball over.
Right.
You know
And
what I'm
then
saying?
the defense is I think our defense a little bit. I think they're good, but I don't think they're as good as like what we was in like 2000 or nothing like that.
No.
No.
Or, they say they better than what we was in 2012. I don't know about that either.
Yeah.
All I know is every 12 years the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, and this is 2024. So you know, but all right, but let's get back on to the Kansas City. Like, how did Kansas City look to y'all though? Do they look like? Remember, we spoke a lot. We spoke like early during the season, and I said that those wide receivers for the Chiefs is going to start catching the ball.
Right. Right.
And yesterday, you know, they ain't dropped the ball like, you know, they look like they was coming into.
I mean, see, but here's the thing too. They are Kansas City is a playoff contingency team. Like they know how to play when in the right time. They get it together at the right time. I never count them out. I don't count them out.
And then you got to also remember too, Kansas City, their running game came yesterday.
Yeah.
Their running game came yesterday.
Yes.
You know?
And they needed that.
Right. They needed that running game.
That was missing.
Everybody knows Kansas City is better when they pass first, run second. But yesterday they ran first and passed second, which changed the whole dynamics, which I really think fucked the Dolphins.
And took that pressure off of Patrick Mahomes.
And see, that's the thing. Like when you got different elements of the game that can like take some of that pressure off the quarterback, and the quarterback. Same thing with, you know what I mean, with Patrick Mahomes. If he don't have to do everything, he don't have to be the all-star.
Exactly.
And he gonna shine. He gonna do his thing.
This is the time of the year that the running game is crucial. So you're gonna rely on that. It'll come into your favor. But if you got to throw the ball, such as we said about Flacco, when you forced to throw the ball, you put your team in a real compromising situation.
Yeah.
And as good as Kansas City looked, I think the Super Bowl, I think the championship game is going to be either between Buffalo and the Ravens if they play.
Yeah.
I think that game is going to be a championship game because I think either one of those two teams can beat KC because they bring a dimension that their linebackers can cover. The Ravens linebackers can cover and Buffalo linebackers can cover.
Yeah.
So they don't have to resort to bringing in, 5 and 6 D-backs because they can't cover. That's what Miami had to do.
Yeah.
They had to bring in more D-backs and take out their linebackers because their linebackers couldn't cover.
And see that's what I wanted to talk about too, is because all right, so the running game did show up yesterday for Kansas City, but was part of that the fact that the Miami was they was kind of short as far as they was missing some of their players.
Yeah,
they had to adjust to that.
Right.
I think the elements of that weather, man, had them.
Yeah, they had to play a lot of nickel because their linebackers can't cover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you get a 3 wide receiver set with Kelce on the team, you're not covering if you're in a 3-4 or 4-3. You're not covering that if you're the Dolphins.
Right.
Because your linebackers, now if you're the Ravens in the 4-3, you're covering that. In the 3-4, you're going to cover that because your linebackers are quick. But that it just took the Dolphins right out their comfort zone.
Yeah. So Kansas City was kind of able to dictate things on the offense and the defense.
And the defense,
because,
right. They came with a better game plan.
Yeah. How short they was. So, but 26-7, man, so what's up for that? What's the quarterback name for the Dolphins?
Tua.
Yeah. I just call him
Tua. Yeah, just call him Tua.
So I don't know what y'all think about.
He's back next year.
Yeah.
Back. I mean, after last year with all the concussions, and then what they did this year, and the fact they didn't win the division is fucked up. But okay. But he's back. The whole team's back. You get the whole team back, and then what you do is you go in the draft, grab some
running back.
You
need a running back.
Grab some defensive men and some defensive players,
and
then you're good. Their offense is good.
Right.
But I think I agree with Corey though. They do need a running back.
Yeah, they need a running back.
Most he's in the top 5. He's in the top 5 running backs this year. They need to do the same thing that the Ravens did. Ravens went out and got a wide receiver. They don't need a wide receiver.
No, they don't need a wide receiver.
They need to go out and get some veteran defensive linemen and some quality linebackers. They can go get that. They'd be good.
All right. So let's move. We got a couple games coming on today. Well,
just one.
Just one game because the Pittsburgh-Buffalo game rescheduled, right?
Yeah.
For tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Pittsburgh game rescheduled.
Yeah,
You got the Packers and the Cowboys and the Rams and the Lions.
I thought, the Rams and
Lions
8
and the
o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, Rams and Lions 8 o'clock.
Night game.
Yeah. So all right, let's go with the Rams and the Lions. Who y'all?
Rams.
You like the Rams? Why you digging on the Rams?
Because the Rams is the hottest team in football right now.
Yeah.
The Rams is the hottest team in football.
Or you like the Rams or the Lions?
I'll be honest with you. I think Detroit gonna hit them with an upset.
Yeah.
I think Detroit gonna hit them with an upset.
I don't even know. I don't even really think it's it would be too much of an upset though if Detroit beat.
It wouldn't be an upset.
I'm thinking though, I like Detroit just because throughout the year they shown it their defense is stout. Their defense has been pretty stout, so I like Detroit in that game against the Rams. But like you said though, Rams have been they've been high lately.
Well, see, and also I want the Rams to win because if the Rams win, then the Rams could go to San Francisco, and I think the Rams can beat San Francisco.
Yeah,
in San Francisco. Yeah. So that's the other.
They a better matchup for San Fran than Detroit.
Well, if Detroit wins, then Detroit comes to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Well, Detroit comes to Dallas if Dallas wins.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So all right. So you're gonna go for the Rams, and both me and Corey gonna take Detroit. But all right. So what about So
Cowboys, Green Bay game.
Cowboys and Green Bay.
Cowboys.
You like the Cowboys?
You haven't lost at home yet. I don't think we're gonna start now. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I like the Cowboys too in that game though. Green Bay.
I'm going with Green Bay.
You going with Green Bay?
Mm-hmm.
What about Green Bay make you think they can pull this off?
Dak gonna mess it up.
Dak gonna mess it up.
Gonna mess it up.
I hate to say it, but he might be right. That playoff Dak. Oh my God, playoff Dak is just. But the last time the Cowboys played Green Bay in a playoff game, it was that Michael. Not the Dak, but the catch.
Right.
that they said he made, that they said he didn't make.
Right. Yeah. That
So-
was so controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think the Cowboys got some revenge on their mind for that one too. So.
yeah. I think the Cowboys gonna beat Green Bay. I'm not really.
I hope
So,
so. If they don't, my football days are over for this.
Yeah.
When,
you ain't looking too good over there, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So now, even though Pittsburgh and Buffalo not playing today, what y'all think about that matchup?
Buffalo all day.
Y'all like Buffalo?
Buffalo, yeah.
I don't think
Pittsburgh ain't got nobody.
Yeah, Pittsburgh ain't got enough firepower. I think they just gonna be outgunned.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna be outgunned.
I forgot that White got hurt last
Yeah,
year.
Watt. Yeah. They outgunned, and they need Watt. They need.
Yeah,
and I feel for Pittsburgh because they talk about how Mike Tomlin always having a non-winning season. I mean, always having a winning season. It's fucked up because then that means you're always in the middle of the pack and drafting.
Right.
You can't get them good draft picks. That you
Right. You get that one accolade, but then it hurts you in the other end. Like, yeah. So it's better to just have a losing season.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I like Buffalo in that matchup too. I feel like Pittsburgh, they kind of back into the playoffs, number one. And then because Pittsburgh play because they play that AFC North, you know what I mean? Like they got a lot of good wins out of there because of familiarity. They beat the Ravens two times.
Let's say, but the AFC North got 3 teams in.
Yeah.
You know, hey, what conference did that?
Right.
You got 3 teams in. So got to give it up for them. I mean, they beat up on each other, but nobody, actually, I don't think anybody in the division had a losing record this year. I think every team in that division had a winning record.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. I definitely ain't see that coming. I knew that was going to be a tough, division, but I know that everybody's going to end up with winning records. So, all right, the next game we're going to talk about Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. I think Philly going to win this game.
Philly needs to win.
Yeah.
I think Philly will win, but I wouldn't bet them.
Yeah.
That's tough. I can't part my lips to say Philly.
Now, they playing, where they playing? They playing in Philly?
Tampa.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
going with Baker Mayfield.
Well,
They're playing in Tampa, but you're talking a team that's winning the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. And
But
you're
they
talking
banged
about,
up, though.
we're talking about a team that 7 weeks ago we were calling them the best in the NFL.
right.
All right, so let's take away the last 6 games. They got problems and everything, but I don't think their problems. Like I said, when you come to the playoffs, it's a whole new season. You know what I'm saying? And they have the weapons to beat Tampa Bay. Now Brown may not play, but they still have the weapons to beat Tampa Bay. Now, if they was going to like maybe San Francisco, maybe Dallas, maybe even Detroit, I would say maybe not, because they're a well-established team. Tampa Bay barely got into the playoffs.
Right.
All right, barely.
Well,
They're in the division where somebody had to go. So
the thing that scared me about Tampa Bay, though, is the fact that they playing in Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
And see, all right, so if Tampa Bay was playing in Philly and then you had to deal with that cold weather, and on top of that, they'd definitely be underdogs, then that'd be a whole different situation. That'd be like what Miami went through yesterday.
And then the naysayers and stuff, they was talking like how when Tom Brady was there and he beat the Eagles, so I'm just saying, to me, I think it's in Baker Mayfield advantage this time going around because the Eagles are a little banged up.
Right,
That's the only reason why I'm saying that I'm gonna go with Tampa, because they done lost 4 games in a row? 5?
Oh,
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah,
that's tough for anybody.
Yeah, but like I said, you talk. First of all, Tampa Bay ain't got that type of firepower. That
I
Tom
mean, and
Brady
I
has.
understand, and I
Tampa
get
Bay,
it.
Yeah, Tampa
but
Bay back into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Somebody had to win in their division.
Okay, but
Somebody had
I'm
to
just
win
saying that home field and just the fact that they coming off of this, you know what I mean, like a little high they on right now. But like I said, they playing against a beat up Eagles team, and I'm gonna give them that advantage.
I don't think the Eagles are beat up. I think they're more. How can I say this? Not motivated. I don't think they're beat up. I think they're just not motivated right now, and I blame it all on players. You're talking about a team that went 10-1.
Yeah, in the beginning.
And everybody went, you need to fire the coach. The coach. It ain't the coach, it's the players. You know what I'm saying? Because the game plan don't change. It's the people executing it what makes the difference. And, you know, Jalen Hurts, you know, we were talking MVP Jalen Hurts, last 6 games, Jalen Hurts the bum. You know what I'm saying? So we have seen what they can do. And, you know, I think they get up for this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think some of the players actually come up and be like, yo, it's time. All right. We back into these playoffs. We should have been number 1, but we not. So let's prove what we need to prove. I think they stomped Tampa Bay.
Oh,
I think
they stomped.
Yeah, I think it's if Tampa Bay can keep this game close, and I think Tampa Bay got a chance just because, like I said, they playing in Tampa, and you know.
Yeah, but see that's the part I don't think. I don't if it's a close game and you got the ball in Baker Mayfield's hands, I don't think you win it. Now, if Baker Mayfield can get out to a 21-point lead, you win that. Okay.
I mean, we can't predict with the scores and stuff because you know what I mean. You gotta look at defense.
I think if it's close,
you gotta look at the defensive side. Yeah,
it's more Philly than it is Tampa.
Well, we see your football judgments have been off, so yeah.
Well, our football judgments.
Moving forward, you know what I mean.
Tell me one thing that's been off.
Miami Dolphins.
What about the Miami Dolphins?
Where they at now?
Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean, they hoping somebody had to go home.
Okay, right.
Hey, did you win the championship yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm hitting it.
So eventually you could be home too, right?
Yeah, but I ain't there yet.
Hey,
I ain't there yet. I still got my seat warmer. I'm still warming my seat. All right.
Let's not forget history.
Okay.
Last time you were in this position.
All right.
Talking the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you know what they say about people that, you know, do the same thing but expecting different results, right?
You got to practice what we preach.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know that. Don't get to that first game and lose like you did last year. Last time.
I ain't expecting none of that to happen.
Hey,
moving forward, though.
But see, I expected it because I knew what my Dolphins was playing.
No, you ain't expect that.
I mean, give me a healthy Dolphins.
So
maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
All right. Now let's talk about Lamar a little bit. Now, if Lamar win his second MVP championship, y'all think Lamar gonna make him a Hall of Famer, even if he don't get a Super Bowl?
Nope.
For real?
Nope.
You don't think
he gotta get a Super Bowl? He has to get a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
has to get a Super Bowl. Just because you got 2 MVPs, you gotta get a Super Bowl.
I think he needs a Super Bowl.
You think he needs a Super Bowl?
I think
he needs.
All right. Let me ask y'all this now. Like, all right, if he won 2 MVPs and you tell the story about football, how you tell it without Lamar?
You're going to tell it Lamar. But
you can't even call Lamar the best running quarterback if you're telling the history of the NFL.
So who we gonna go with as the best running quarterback?
I mean, Michael Vick.
Yeah.
You can go with Randall Cunningham.
They close. Yeah.
You go with Steve Young.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. You know, Lamar has 2 MVPs, but
do any of those guys that you just mentioned, do they have 2 MVPs? Mike Vick, Randall Cunningham, Steve McNair?
Steve Young.
Steve Young has 2.
Yeah.
Michael Vick I think Michael Vick has 3
MVPs.
Yeah.
I don't know about 3.
Yeah.
But it's still, but MVP doesn't mean anything.
No, because he didn't have a Super Bowl league.
Yo, there's a whole bunch of NFL MVPs.
Right.
MVP
the Super Bowl. I got to go with the Super Bowl because at the end of the day,
you got to get at least
because
one Super Bowl.
You got at least one, yeah, because then you solidify your crown with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was worth what? Me getting the ring.
Right. You got to go.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, right, there's a lot of players that got MVP in no chip. So
because let's look at it this way: Joe Flacco doesn't have any
MVP, but
he has the Super Bowl. You think he's going in there? Hall of Fame?
No.
I don't think Joe Flacco a Hall of Fame quarterback. But I think 2 MVPs. I think you know what I mean. That'll make Lamar have him be a consideration though.
Absolutely, but you put that Super Bowl through
because MVP doesn't really mean anything.
It means something, but it just to me. No, I'm just saying because
what does it mean?
it's the stats. It's the stats for the season that he won it in.
No, because not always the person with the leading stats win the MVP. Sometimes the person that the MVP is most valuable player,
right?
Not highest stat person.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. MVP looks good for a season accomplishment.
Right.
Okay? But you're talking Hall of Fame.
Right.
When
yeah.
you talk Hall of Fame players need to make a difference when they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Lamar is doing what everybody else doing. He's just doing it a little bit better than what's on the field right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because if he don't get the Super Bowl, then they're gonna be like, yeah, well,
He couldn't
Yeah.
he couldn't win the business. Right. So
Right.
yeah, to put the icing on the cake, you need the Super Bowl
Yeah,
to go with that.
if Lamar, you put it this way, if Lamar goes to 2 Super Bowls, he don't have to win it. If he goes to 2 with his 2 MVPs, then he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, I give him that. But if he has the 2 MVPs and then he doesn't go to the Super Bowl, I don't see it happen. Because you're just looking at a quarterback that put okay. Does he have the most throwing yards this year?
Now his stats are not like
He's
what
top
they
5
were.
in every stat, right? Let's give him top 5.
Yeah.
I don't know all Lamar's stats. Give him top 5. Okay. So technically that means he's not the best in any one category,
Mhm.
but he's top 5 in all of them. So
Well,
how do you
Yeah, I mean, I think, but like Lamar, his stats, if he wasn't playing a more like team friendly, you know what I mean? If he could, because he could be scoring more touchdowns if he wanted to.
Right. And I don't think Lamar is playing for MVP.
Yeah,
Lamar is playing for Super
he's
Bowl.
playing to win.
Right. So, and when you speak on the stats situation, of course, his stats, and I agree with that top 5. He doing what he has to do for his team to win.
Right.
Right. So that means I got to throw the ball a little bit more. I'm going to throw it. That means I got to run here a little bit. I'm going to run. But what he's trying to do is get his team in a position to get to the Super Bowl. Now, along the way, getting there, he grabs the MVP. Boom. Okay. All right. But his thing is, in his heart, I believe he wants to get the Ravens to another Super Bowl. Period.
Because everybody knows it in the long run.
Michael Vick, what?
Michael
Mike
Vick had
Vick don't
none
have no
MVPs?
MVPs, but I'm kind of surprised about that. I
Yeah.
thought he had at least one. Yeah. Wow.
But then when you look at, if you'd ask Lamar, what would you rather have? An
Right,
MVP
right,
or a
yeah.
Super Bowl?
Well, he said what he wants.
Yeah, I mean,
Every player would say, look, I'll trade an MVP for a Super Bowl win any day.
yeah. That's probably in any sport. You know what I mean? That they would probably prefer to win that.
Yeah, man, because the road, considering he's been down 2 years, due to injuries, and then you climb back and go to the championship, like, yeah, that's more monumental to me.
Yeah.
And then we put, pieces to the puzzle to help him get there. Yeah, the MVP thing is a good accolade to have in your portfolio, but that Super Bowl, right? Because
So
Patrick Mahomes, situation, I don't even recall him even having one MVP season.
Yeah, I think he had one MVP.
Yeah, I think he only had one.
I think he had one MVP. I think it was the first season they went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Super Bowl.
So all right, so now the Ravens taking time off. Do y'all think and they doing basically Pat Mahomes got 2 MVPs? Wow.
So that's the 2 seasons he went to the Super Bowl, probably. Yeah.
So the Ravens.
Nah, he get MVP last year? I don't think he
No,
did.
he ain't getting no
He
one
did.
no last year.
But yeah, they won the Super Bowl last year though.
But I don't think he got MVP last year.
No, I don't think he got MVP last year.
Yeah. Do y'all think the Ravens making a mistake though by
18 and 22.
18 and
18
22?
Oh, okay. Pat going to the
Do
Super
y'all
Bowl.
think the Ravens making a mistake though by like resting for 3 weeks, not like
I mean,
basically 2 weeks and
in the past,
It's 3 weeks.
yeah, it's 3
3
weeks.
weeks?
3
Yeah.
weeks.
I mean, but look, that's how I fell on our lap. And we got a couple guys we needed to kind of heal up a little bit. So, but
Yeah, you rather take the time off than
Yeah.
have to play.
yeah, that's
Trust me.
brutal.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Especially when
in
you
football.
playing like the
Yeah.
defense that we play, you know what I'm saying? We are aggressive ball hawks. I take the rest.
So,
Yeah,
but how do
definitely
you
right.
get back in? Like, if you don't win that first game, because that's what I think. I think it takes that first game for you to start to pick back up on your rhythm. So, how do you win that first game though? If you've been out you got all that rust on you. That's
Just
the hard
you
question.
play your same. You don't change nothing.
Nothing. You change
Don't change
absolutely nothing.
Don't change your game.
Don't change your game plan, nothing.
Just
Stick
go
to
in
the
there,
same
yeah,
thing.
go
Only
in there
thing
and
you
play like you play a
right.
regular season game.
Right. That's it. And these guys know, you know what I mean, from this standpoint, what it takes, I believe, to get over that. And I'm truly from the last 3 games that we had, we needed a break.
Yeah.
We
And at
needed
this
a break.
point, when you're in the, like I said, when you're in the second season of football, right now a coach can't do nothing no more.
Right.
Coach can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right now, at this point, is all about the players, the player knowledge, and their skill.
Right. And not making no
A
mistakes.
coach can call a play, but it takes the player to execute.
Right.
You in the playoffs right now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't executing all your plays at a higher level. Having 1 week off or having 3 weeks off ain't gonna make a difference.
Right.
You know,
I think a 3-week layoff, I think it do make a difference. As far as like, it's like it disrupt your rhythm.
Well, I mean, in hindsight, yeah, that's true. But we play a physical style of football.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because look at the injuries we picked up. So to be able to give these guys a chance to be able to recuperate, I think to me that's gonna make us a little bit more aggressive.
it's the best thing for the Ravens.
Yeah.
You went up and picked up Dalvin Cook, who last year was a great running back. Now you got 3 weeks to train this dude. And
Right.
The Ravens
Get him in the playbook.
Yeah, dude.
And then
the best scenario that you could have put on paper for the Ravens is going on right now.
Right.
Now they just got to execute. You got a running back now that can run east and west. But that means you can do toss.
Gus is still healthy. Hill is still good. So yeah, we can just bang the ball, man. Just bang the ball.
North and south runners.
Right.
And then you got Flowers. And then you got Flowers. You just do what you need to do with it.
Andrews was practicing.
Andrews is back
Andrews back too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bateman is still, reliable.
The guy who took Andrews' place, though, he did a pretty good job.
Likely.
Yeah.
Likely's getting traded next year.
I hope
Likely is getting traded next year. And I'm gonna tell you why, because he did so good this year, they gonna get either second or first round pick for him. He's getting traded next year.
He is more athletic. I like Andrews, but he's more athletic. And then after the catch, he is like
Likely is they're gonna showcase Likely. I'm telling you, Andrews, if Andrews is healthy, Andrews is gonna play until the Ravens put away a game. Once the Ravens put away a game, Likely will come in and they're gonna keep showcasing Likely. So they can go on draft day and be like, look, I'll give you Likely, you give me that first round pick. And somebody gonna be like, all right, we want this tight end.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do.
No, man.
Likely made his stock go up for another team, not for the Ravens.
I can't disagree with that, but it's unfortunate because that's the business side of things.
Mhm.
But yeah, because they were saying the same thing even with Huntley. Like,
And
And I'm gonna tell you this: wherever Harbaugh goes in the NFL, I'm gonna tell you this: he's grabbing some of the Ravens players.
I can see.
He's grabbing. Anytime you can grab a Ravens coach to come help your defense become better, you know Harbaugh and them is gonna be like that.
Yeah. All right. So that being said, let's go on to something funny happened. I thought was funny. Did y'all see when Jameis Winston called that play to run a touchdown?
Oh yeah,
against Atlanta?
victory formation.
Yeah, they was in the victory formation, and then Jameis, instead of running the clock out, they ran it and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that?
Jamie, let me tell you, I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
That the dude needed a touchdown, but my point is this: one, if the dude get the touchdown, is he making any more money on his salary? No. You know what I'm saying? If the touchdown just gonna get him stats, yes. But he only got one, so it's one stat. So everybody like, oh, yo, at least you got one touchdown.
And the way he got it.
Yeah, that's a pity stat.
Right.
So Jameis Winston went against his coach to accomplish absolutely nothing.
So it was bonehead.
Right.
Yeah,
so now Jameis Winston won't be playing for the Saints next year.
That is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He fucked up a bag to give a guy one touchdown.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said it was a team decision.
Yes.
Like just him and just the offense. They ain't consult with nobody on the defense.
No, but listen to what he said. As a team decision. So as your quarterback, you get the signal from the line. Victory formation. So Jameis Winston goes into this huddle like, yeah, they say victory formation, but why don't we get him a touchdown?
Right.
That's what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the whole team saying we got to get him a touchdown.
Right.
It was Winston putting it out there.
Right.
And then they might have been like, okay.
Right.
But you notice nobody else in the team was like, oh yeah, I was really rooting for that.
No,
Nobody
they just went along with
Right,
it,
they
but
went along with
they thought about it, but it was too late.
Yeah,
It was like
they went
already
along
the
with it.
damage was done.
Jameis Winston bought that shit up in the huddle.
Yeah.
We going victory formation, but let's do this.
Right.
Or Kim, what y'all think about this?
They like, all right, well, we're gonna do it, but damn, this shit is stupid.
Have y'all ever heard of somebody doing that in that situation though, when the game was like definitely out of hand?
No. I have seen it happen. Dan Marino did it once, where they lined up in victory formation because they didn't line up in victory. I'm sorry, they lined up in spike the ball formation.
Right.
All right. and instead of Dan spiking it, he threw it for a touchdown.
Mhm.
So I have seen that. I never seen victory formation do that.
Yeah.
But I have seen Dan
Yeah.
come out that and throw a touchdown.
Yeah, because I've seen like at halftime, like I think I seen what was the guy name? The coach, I mean the guy used to quarterback for the 49ers.
Steve Young,
No, it won't be
Montana.
Joe
Montana.
Montana. I think
Oh.
like at halftime they was great, like act like they was running a clock out.
Mhm.
Right. And that's
And
what
then they
Dan.
scored a touch. You know,
Right.
what I mean?
That's the
That
same thing.
there-
Dan Marino. They thought he
Yeah.
was going to spike the ball so they could come in and with a field goal set up
Yeah.
to win the game, but Dan threw it instead of spiking.
But this right here,
James
that
Winston
was
is a
just
clown.
so funny, man. I was like, whoa, what is this guy
Yo,
doing?
you don't make those type of decisions if you're the second string. You know
True.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Those decisions you don't make.
Yeah.
Now, if it was Derek Carr, maybe. If it was Lamar, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, because they have the Lamar to call different plays if they see fit. Jameis Winston, come on, yo.
Yeah, I mean, all right, let's say Lamar had done that and we was blowing somebody out. I think he would even catch some flack for that.
He would have, but it was a play call that he could make.
Yeah.
He's Lamar. You know, they get the audible. That's what an audible is.
But like man said, really wasn't no advantage to it.
Yeah.
Like what was your call? Why did you want to make that call? That's what I'm saying. It put him in a stupid
Yeah.
situation to
And
me.
it put his boy in a stupid situation because now everybody talking about, yo, this thing only had one touchdown because they gave it to him.
Right.
Before, when nobody said nothing about it, they didn't care.
Exactly.
Now
So
they
right,
talking about how underperformance he was because they gave him a touchdown.
right.
So
That's like a blooper.
exactly.
So do y'all see that Jameis being there next year?
No.
I agree with man.
You don't think
I don't
he'll be
see
there?
No, because you
Is
can't.
he even gonna be in the league next year?
Probably not.
Because he
He's been
already
walking
set
around.
straight.
I mean, because it's like there's no tolerance for stupidity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That game is that league is brutal.
Yeah.
You could be on a high for a year and then down. But you making dumb decisions like this, there's no room for that.
And remember, he did it for the players.
Right.
The coaches are the ones like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they the ones that make the decision to bring you in,
Right.
not a player.
Right.
And
I
yeah.
guarantee there's no player on nobody's team is gonna be like, yo, go pick up Jameis Winston. He'll be a great quarterback for us. Ain't no player's gonna do that. If he's gonna get picked up on another team, it's gonna be the coach or the general manager.
And then you
like,
got to
yo,
think
pick
about
him up.
the locker room conversation afterwards.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
man, you embarrassed our ass. You know what I'm saying? And who authorized you to make that damn decision? So so that just that's one of them things where he'll fall off.
Like you ain't like I can understand the good intentions, but you just didn't think it all the way through.
No, right,
Jameis Winston, that was a funny.
right,
I just
yeah.
wanted to bring it up. But so that's all I got for Mike. How long we been on? Okay, that ain't bad. Yeah, so make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As y'all know, we live every Saturday and Sunday. Well, we haven't been here the last couple weekends because of like weather and stuff like that. But we live Saturdays and Sundays, and throughout the week we uploading content. But we appreciate your support. Make sure to go to urbanplatformfashion.com and pick up some of our merch. We got I don't have none of my merch on right now. But yeah, we got the hoodies, also we have long sleeve t-shirts. We got short sleeve t-shirts. We have socks. For the socks, you have to go to the Instagram and order them from off of Instagram. But make sure to support the channel by picking up some merch. Socks come in 3 different colors. With that being said, we'll be back next weekend to talk about, some more of this NFL, the playoffs, the road to the Super Bowl. And we'll check y'all out next week.
Go Ravens.
Yeah, go Ravens.